guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel, or if you're new here, welcome. Thank you for clicking on this video.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we are doing a get ready with us, a chatty version and a glam version. I'm going to answer a couple of questions whilst we go through, and I'm just going to show you all the products I love to get glam.
So for this section, I've zoomed you in just a little bit more so that you can see my face when I'm putting the makeup on, and I'll show you the products as I'm putting them on. I've already primed my face, I've already put my moisturiser on. I'm just going to pop some primer on and then get straight to it. This primer isn't the best, but I'm really trying to use up some of the products that I've got. And then I'm going to go in with my foundation. I'm going to use the Revolution Conceal and Define. This is in the shade F5. This is quite dark, but I really do like it. As you can see, it is a couple of shades darker than my skin, but once I've put a little bit of lighter foundation with it, it's the perfect tone for my skin. And obviously when I'm tan, this looks gorgeous on its own. And then just to add some bit of lightness to it, I'm going to use the Maybelline Dream Satin Liquid. But with this, I just like to mix it in with the Revolution one so that it just mixes in and gives me a gorgeous colour. So for this, I'm going to go in straight with my beauty blender. I always do this. I never use the foundation brush just because I feel like on my skin it blends in so much better. Me and Emily have decided that whilst we're doing this, obviously we love chatting to each other when we're getting ready. So we decided to give each other 3 questions of what we were going to answer while we were doing a get ready. The first thing that Emily has asked me is, what's one of your favourite things that you've been doing whilst in lockdown? And to be honest, there's quite a few things that I have been loving. Been loving cooking a lot more. I've been baking a lot more as well. I think you've just got a little bit more time to spend on cooking as opposed to not making things from scratch, which has really been nice. I've also been really enjoying spending time with the dog. Obviously I love him anyway, but being in lockdown, obviously I'm spending a lot more time with him, and I just miss him so much when I go to work. I feel like he must feel exactly the same. Like when we get home, he's so excited to see us. And I just think like it's the most adorablest thing ever. And another thing I have been enjoying whilst being in lockdown is obviously making videos. I've had a lot more time to make videos, to edit them a little bit more, to put a little bit more effort in. Obviously I miss Emily so much, and I honestly feel like my second arm has gone missing, but I've just really enjoyed actually doing YouTube videos, like putting a little bit more effort into them, and I just feel like it's definitely paying off for us both.
This is so weird because I'm used to doing my makeup back there, so I'm hoping this works. But I'm just going to start with putting a headband in so it makes me look bold. I've put nothing on my face bar moisturiser, so I'm just going to start with the Yves Saint Laurent Touche Éclat. This blur primer is actually amazing. I didn't get on with the foundation as much, but this primer is the bomb. I think this is like my 3rd bottle. I love it because of all the sparkles in it. So I'm going to use the Huda Beauty Faux Filter in Shortbread 200B. This is amazing for coverage. You don't even need that much. Like, I could literally just use that much of it and it just covers everything. I'm going to use a beauty blender. I used to use these all the time wet, but I haven't done it for a while, so I'm going to see what it's like, because I've swapped to a stippling brush, but I used to absolutely love my beauty blender for foundation, and at the moment I only use it for like concealer under my eyes. This is like the time of year where you get redness in weird places because of the sun. Okay, so me and Sophie are going to be answering 3 questions whilst getting Glam to go nowhere. So my first question, look how much coverage that gives, it's ridiculous. My first question that Sophie has given me is the hardest thing you found about lockdown. I think the hardest thing for me has been that I've been away from my partner for like 8 weeks now. He doesn't actually even live near me, so it's not like I can just say, like they've been saying you can go to the park and meet up, but outside, like I can't even do that because I've got to drive somewhere. Here in Wales it's a little bit different, like you can't actually drive somewhere for a walk because they're trying to stop people going to like beauty spots, which is obviously like Snowdonia and that. So I'm a bit like skeptical to go and drive down his end to go and meet up outdoors somewhere, because obviously you can get fined if you get stopped, which isn't worth it. But that is one of the, it's not hard, but it is testing. I think a lot of relationships are like that. I think it can be testing if you've been apart for these 8 to 10 weeks, or if you've even been together in a household for that long. You know, there's not a lot of distractions at the moment, which might cause bickering. You might find that there's underlying problems. So yeah, that's definitely one of the things. I'm just going to use the MAC Pro Long Wear Concealer. I think I've had about 5 to 6 bottles of this. It's amazing. To be honest, if you wanted to, you wouldn't have to wear concealer with that foundation because the coverage is insane. But another thing is like the freedom of going to shops. I used to like go to the city. That sounds so weird, but obviously I live in the countryside. So I'd like go to a city nearby and I'd love to just browse around the shops, and little freedom like that has obviously gone, which is so weird because I used to always be on the go. I used to be like shouted at by everyone for always being on the go. I never used to stop, and then when I did stop I used to burn out. So I think that's probably like been really hard for me to slow down, but it's probably done me the world of good in the same sentence, like, because it's getting me used to actually chilling, relaxing, because I feel like ever since I lived in a city when I was in uni, that I just didn't ever after that like slow down, because I was so used to burning the candle at both ends. That's what my mum used to always say, because I just wanted to be doing everything with everyone, which is quite hilarious. It's not because I get FOMO or anything, I just really love doing everything. This is just the micro beauty blender. I actually forgot how cool it is to put on so much makeup. Like, I love makeup. I feel like I don't post about it enough anymore because I feel like it's not as hyped up as it probably used to be. I feel like something used to drop and everyone used to be like, oh my god, have to have that, and everyone ended up with like stacks of makeup that they don't use. I remember I used to always be getting like the next drop of the Morphe palettes and all sorts, and now I've literally just gone for stuff I like. And if there's a brand that I really do like Huda Beauty, if they come out with new things, I'm like, oh my god, I really want to try that. I'm
gonna go in with the concealer, and for this one I'm gonna use the Revolution Conceal and Define, which is exactly the same as the foundation. This is in shade C1, so this is the lightest one. Just gonna pop that under my eyes, down my nose, across a little bit of my forehead, and just on my chin. And I'm just going to use the same beauty blender just to dab it all in. So if there's anything that you have been really enjoying whilst being in lockdown, then definitely let us know. As crazy as it sounds, and I know that everyone's probably feeling the same, but it honestly does make you realise like the littlest things, and like we shouldn't take things for granted. I definitely do miss some sort of normality and seeing my friends and my family, and it has been absolutely horrible, but at the same time I really have been enjoying staying indoors and being in lockdown. In one sense, I feel really safe. Like, I don't know if it does sound stupid, but I just feel like because there's hardly any people out, like when you're in the garden or you're going somewhere that is like a necessity, it just doesn't feel as like overcrowded, and to me that's like a really big thing. So when things start to get back to normal, I think I will struggle for a little bit, because I've kind of got used to the fact that we're all supposed to stay indoors. The next thing I'm going to use, I'm going to put some banana powder under my eyes. That's the only place I put it. I don't like how it feels on my face, and then I just go in with my translucent powder. For the banana powder, I just use the May powder. I got this in a glossy box. It's really good. I do like it. For this, I'm just going to use a small brush just so that I can pack it on underneath my eyes. And I'm just going to pop a little bit on top of my forehead as well. The next product I'm going to use does take us on to the next question anyway. Emily says, what's one of the first makeup items that you ever bought and you still use it now? And for me, that is the Rimmel Stay Matte transparent powder. I probably started using this when I was about 12, and it is just something that I repurchase time and time again. I feel like it's so affordable, such a good drugstore product, and it doesn't cause any harm to my skin. I've been using it for probably about 12 years and I love it so much. That is my foundation set, which I love this foundation so much. Next, I'm going to do my bronzer, highlight and blusher. And for this, as always, I'm a creature of habit with my products. I'm going to use the Hoola bronzer. Just love how this looks on my skin. I'm quite fair toned, so it doesn't make me look orange, which is really nice. For bronzer to darken it up just a little bit, I use the e.l.f. palette. This is the contouring blush and bronzer powder. This is actually quite dark, but on its own, on top of this, it's really light. I literally just dab my brush in the tiniest little bit and you get such a gorgeous payoff. As you can see straight away, like it's already made me go. And this here, oh, I've started getting some atopic eczema. I've never had it before, so I have been using products, but it just breaks out in the weirdest places. For blusher, I'm going to use the Max Factor Cream Puff Blush, and this is in Lovely Pink. This is such a gorgeous colour. Like, it's not too dark, which I really like. I don't like looking like I've got like proper rosy cheeks. And then with this, I literally just pat it on the apples of my cheeks. And then for highlighter, I'm going to use the Illamasqua Beyond Powder in OMG. This is really, really lovely. This has such a good colour payoff as well. One of the things the lady said to me on the counter was if you used it wet, then the colour payoff is so much better. But I also like how it looks when it's dry as well. Pop it onto a fan brush and straight away. Like, it's got a gorgeous colour payoff and I just absolutely love it. Love how subtle it is, like the colour. Just put one swipe there and you can already see how gorgeous it is. That is my face, and now I'm going to do my eyes. So I'm going to bring you in just a little bit closer. I have hooded eyes, so I honestly don't do much with them, but I'm going to sort my eyebrows out and then I'm going to do my eyes.
So just going to use the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I've had this like a couple of times now. It comes with the puff, but It's not really my favourite, to be honest. Got the Spectrum A04, which is a really nice pointed brush to put this under your eyes. I actually can't put too much because my eyes crease. Like, I used to bake underneath my eyes when that was like such a thing. But I can't do that because it just makes so many creases under my eyes. It looks awful. I feel like on camera, like I've got a lot more makeup on. I've never really been one for heavy makeup unless I'm going on a night out. Just going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills number 12 to brush out my eyebrows. Eyebrows are probably the biggest thing for me now. At school, I never did my eyebrows. And obviously, having ginger hair, I had ginger eyebrows. I'm just going to use the Dip Brow Pomade in Soft Brown. I really love this. Yeah, so I've obviously started to get them dyed, but I really do like defining them. Oh my god, I forgot how in your face this pomade is. Second question that Sophie's actually given me is a favourite makeup product you've used that you thought you wouldn't like, and that is actually this right here. Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade has been around for a really long time, I'd say. When I was about maybe 19, 20, and I first started going out on nights out, I'd love to look for new brow products all the time, but the Dip Brow was like the brow product at the time. I don't think there'd been very many other companies that had given it a go. Like Anastasia Beverly Hills was definitely the place you got your brow stuff from. So this Christmas I actually thought, do you know what? I'm going to try it. Like, I've wanted to try it for ages. I've been so scared because also I'm going to brush this out a little bit because sometimes you can get eyebrow pomades, eyebrow like micro brushes, anything brow related. It's so hard with my hair colour because I either look like they're too dark, too light, they're too orange. All the blonde colours just seem like they are so orangey grey. There is no like nice soft brown, and I won't even go for like auburn ginger ones because they just look horrific. So when I used to look for brow products, it used to just be a bit like, I'm either gonna look like I've got slugs on my eyes or they're just gonna be totally the wrong colour. And I was like, right, okay, let's see what it's like. And I really did enjoy the products. I bought like the two set. I got the brow pomade and the eyebrow mascara. Dip Brow, that's it. I also really love the new trend of soap brows. I'm dying to try that. If anyone has any recommendations on a brand that does a good soap brow, let me know. It's so weird not doing it like with a proper mirror. I'm usually studying to do these brows. I love my tail ends to be a lot fuller and drawn in compared to the rest of my brow. You always get one brow better than the other. My best brow is this brow, and then this one just doesn't work in the middle as much, like the inner. Best beauty products that I thought I wouldn't like is definitely the Anastasia Dip Brow. Don't be afraid to try it. Just go for it. I think I got them for like £30 in a set.
So as you can see, my eyebrows are a little bit of a state at the moment. I'm trying to grow them out so that they're a little bit bushier, but I'm just not having any luck. And this goes on to the last question that Emily has asked me. She said that what is one of the new beauty products that you're waiting to try? And for me, that is the Revolution Soap Brow. I keep seeing soap brows everywhere and I'm so excited to try it. I have actually ordered it, so I can't wait to see what it does to my brows. It's either going to make them look like slugs or it's going to make them look really, really good. Use the Revolution microblading brush. This is really, really good to line your eyebrows and get a bit of a shape. So that's how it looks at the moment. It's not the neatest because I will go in and tidy it up, but I'm just going to do the same on the other brow. So once I've done that, I'm just going to spoolie it through again and just try and drag the product so that it's not as dark. Then I'm going to take the Maybelline Brow Drama and I take this in dark brown. One thing as well is this eyebrow grows so much quicker than this eyebrow. And I think it's because I sleep on this side, I'm not sure, but this side never seems to grow as quickly as this side. So this looks like a slug. And finally, to darken them up, I go in with the Collection Incredibrow. This is amazing. I love this product. This is quite dark and I quite like them to look ombre. So I will, once I've gone through them, use the excess product just to go over. And I don't set them, I literally just leave them. I like them looking quite bushy.
I'm going to go for the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde. This is the palette. As you can see, a couple of my favourites I have dipped into. Literally just going to go in with this one and then this one. So the first one is Monumentum and it's quite a beige skin colour, which I just like to do as a bit of a base. And then the brown is called Crash. I go quite high up into my eyebrow because if you've noticed, when I open my eyes, all my lid is gone. Hooded Eyes Problem 101. That's what I love about this palette. They're really good and they're really good. They don't give much fallout at all, which is something I really didn't enjoy about Morphe's eyeshadows. And I think they're like my go-to now because I have all the little ones, like the 4 quads. I have them, I have the New Nude, and then this one. What colours are you guys liking? I really like Lilac at the moment. I think it looks really pretty. So I've just gone over with Utopia at the top and now I'm going for Off Balance, which is this one. I would say the New Nude palette, the colours are a bit stronger, but you also have to be really careful because you could dip into a colour in these palettes and they don't come off as they look. They might be a tad darker. I'm going to use the Morphe M330. It's got such a nice tip on it to go into the crease. I'm going to use Hot Mess at the bottom, the purpley colour. So that has literally made a really light under and then a darker corner. By the way, just because I'm doing this doesn't mean I am a makeup expert, by no means. I'm just going to get a clean brush that I haven't used to just go over with a neutral colour like the Off Balance there. I can't wait to do the under. You're going to use the Luxie mini tapered brush and just use the Lilac in Libra underneath. I feel like you have to be really careful with purple because I feel like it looks like your eyes being punched. Well, it can look like that. I really like this. It looks so cute with all the different purples. I think purple and orange complement each other so well. It's a gorgeous gold. You can actually use it wet or dry, and it's 208. I've literally just bought this. I like to just go into the middle of the eye where the light hits.
Next, I'm going to go on to eyeshadow. I have created my own little NYX palette. I got this from Boots and inside I've got a couple of colours. So as you can see, I have some blues, I have an orange rustic colour and I have a yellow up here. Morphe M504. And I'm just going to start packing this onto my eyelid. 9 times out of 10, as crazy as it is to pack the colour on, I do like to use my fingers. Put it on, then I can rub it in. Now I can start blending that out. As you can see now, the colour is slowly starting to build up. And again, I'm just going to kind of brush it outwards so that there's kind of like a little bit of a wing, but not too much. I'm going to put some concealer on my eye, and then I'm going to go in with this colour here. And for this one, I'm going to use the Collection Lasting Perfection. You can see this is such a gorgeous colour. And like I say, the colour transfer is just so much better with concealer. So I'm just gonna tidy that up a little bit, and then I'll be back on once I've done the other eye. So I have done both of my eyes. I've tidied them up a little bit more. I feel like I've gone for more of like a mermaid style eye. Next, I'm just gonna curl my eyelashes, put a little bit of liner on, and pop my lashes on. I'm just going to pop some on. The ones I'm using are the LA Splash Golden Gatsby one. I got them at Christmas in the glossy box, and obviously because I've had lash extensions, I've hardly used them as much, and they've lasted so well. I think I'm probably on about my 13th or 14th application. I look after them really, really well. And that is the eyelashes. They are so simple to put on. I've not had to trim these ones either. Usually I have to trim them because I've got such small eyes, but these are honestly like the perfect length.
Kiko Flawless Fusion Bronzer Powder in one. This is quite nice. The final question that Sophie has asked me is one item of clothing you are lusting over right now. There's not anything specific that I'm like, oh my god, I really need that. I think it's because I know I can't wear half the stuff. I'm actually back in work, so a lot of the stuff now that I wear, I have to either be able to wear it at work or when I'm on my daily walk. So that is obviously not much fun. But I'm really into the tie-dye trend at the moment. I can't decide whether I prefer the bleach washed trend or tie-dye, but I'd really like a nice crop. Just using, sorry, I've just picked up another one. I'm just using the Hoola bronzer, which I love that one as well. It's probably a bit darker, so I use that one more to contour like my cheeks a little bit. I can't go without blusher. It's literally ridiculous. So yeah, lusting thing is definitely a tie-dye item, probably a crop, but I'm just using the cookie highlighter out of this as well. I know some of these places I've already highlighted, but you can never have too much highlight. I'm just using the Clinique bottom lash. This I have like since I was like 18. Okay, Huda Beauty lip contour in Muse. Absolutely love this. I'm going to use Huda Beauty Girls Trip. I feel like Huda Beauty is a real staple in my beauty drawer at the moment. This extra glowy, I'm going to go for the Kiko O2 3D Hydra lip gloss, and that has got a sheen in it. Nice. I think it's like a goldy sheen that's in it, which is quite cool.
So that is my eyes done. All I need to do now is add some lipstick, and that is my finished look. So on my lips today, I'm going to use MAC. This is in the shade Spice. This is honestly one of my favourites, and it has lasted so well. And then to go over, I'm going to use my MAC Velvet Teddy lipstick. This is my Ride or Die. And then on top of that, to finish it off, I'm going to use my Floss lip gloss. I love this. And that is my finished look to go absolutely nowhere.
That is my finished glam. I hope you enjoyed this little chatty get ready with me.
So this is the finished look. I really do hope you enjoyed it. I had so much fun recreating this. I had no idea what I was going to go for, and I just love it. I think with the sun shining, it just makes my eyes pop with them being blue. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, and we will see you on Sunday for our new video.